Y'all, let me show y'all how to make some spicy, healthy meat pie. It's too good too. Let's go. So I'm gonna do it step by step. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Okay. So I basically got my carrots, I got some cucumbers, I got some bell peppers, and I'm gonna cut all of them up. Okay. And I know y'all could probably say, I never heard of you can cook cucumbers, and it's a vegetable. So we're gonna get some carrots, baby carrots as that. I'm gonna take them out the bag, and I'm gonna get like maybe 3-4 baby bell peppers. I like them. They're very fresh. Okay, very nutritious. So I got a yellow one, orange one, and I think another orange one or another yellow one. They're so cute. But anyway, and then I'm going to get 2 baby cucumbers, and then I'm basically going to chop that up. Okay. So I know I should speed this water up, but it's all good. So I'm basically going to wash my vegetables. Like, that is the most important thing, to wash it, to remove all, because when it's in the grocery store, mind you, hands are basically on these vegetables. So you got to put this in your stomach. You already know. So I'm going to wash them. Give me a minute to come back. So I'm back, and I'm basically going to chop up my vegetable with my cutting board. Stuff like that. I know, y'all. But anyway, just trust the process. And you want to get your bag to put your, other half of products in, such as stuff that you're not going to use, because you want to stay clean as possible. Like, you clean as you go. No need to be having stuff laying around when you cut stuff. Throw the stuff in the bag, and it'll be faster to expose it as for throwing it away. So basically, I'm going to start with my bell peppers, basically removing the seeds, and and working my way down. So we're gonna speed up this process. So I'm gonna speed up the process so you can see me cutting up my veggies. Now, the vegetable that I use to make these spicy patties is basically bell peppers, baby carrots, and cucumbers. Like, you don't really have to use this. You can use whatever you want, whatever you like. It just was my preference. Like, I didn't find this recipe nowhere online. Just basically, I had a taste for it. And if you know your tongue better than anything, you know what it tastes like, you know it's gonna taste good. So I'm basically cutting all my bell peppers up. Now I'm going for my cucumbers. Like, these baby cucumbers basically getting on my nerve, because when I was cutting them up, it was like I barely can grip. They so soft and fragile. So it was like a bit complicated, but I got the job done at the end of the day. I cut all my cucumbers up, and one more to go. So I just figure, like, who got time to be watching somebody cutting a cucumber that damn slow? So why not speed it up and let y'all see your girl? It's your boy D and this motherfucker. But at the end of the day, I decided to go ahead and cut up my carrots, and I was getting irritated with that. So I went on and put it in a bullet. Like, who got time for that to be doing it? Them damn carrots popping everywhere. So I did the easy way. Y'all, believe me, this shit was tough. They're trying to get this bullet. I had a whole blender. But, if I only had a brain. But anyway, I was using a bullet to trying to do this, and I don't know what. So after I cut up all my vegetable, it's time to start cooking. So basically, you're going to get you about maybe, I'm eyeballing. So you're going to get you about maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe 3 at maximum of spoons, big spoons of butter. Y'all could be saying, like, well, that's damn much. No, it's not. Mind you, this is vegan butter. Okay? If you know, you know. I think I put 3 in there. Yeah, I put 2. So you're going to let that melt down and let that come to a melting consistency. And I'm going to speed this up. So I did get 3. Y'all see that? Sorry about that, y'all. My phone died. So anyway, you're going to basically let the butter melt down to it's like to the right consistency where there's no more lumps, no more butter. Make it to a watery base. Okay? And once that basically melts, like, you're going to add in your veggies, okay? As you can see, I'm about to be doing in a few minutes. And I got all my seasons right there. Like, you could use whatever season you like, but it just where I prefer. You got Creole in you, and you got to add that season. So I'm adding all my cucumbers, bell peppers, baby carrots, all that in now. Sorry about the view that you can't really see, but as long as you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to cook down my veggies, cook that down, let it cook for a good minute, you know, enough to soften, enough to cook. And you see I use that much of season, because baby, it ain't seasoning it right. So add that much season, and then I'm gonna add some garlic powder. I'm gonna add some parsley. Add some parsley to it. You can see I'm adding my parsley. You know, we gotta eat better. We gotta eat good over here. And then you're gonna see me add, that's my Tony seasoning. That's Tony seasoning from Louisiana, baby, Van, right? And you're gonna see me add my garlic seasoning. Baby, I love garlic. Garlic, get that flavor. So you need all that. And then this the real big problem. Okay, we're gonna stir it up a little bit, give it a little mixture. Then we got some cayenne pepper. Got to throw a little heat. That's why it's called spicy meat patties. Okay, stir that up for a little bit. Get that cayenne pepper. Cayenne is that real shit. Now that shit y'all be using, that fake ass paprika. We use cayenne over here. Okay, I thought it was open. Yeah, it is open. Okay, pour that. And I ain't scared of you. Scared of the heat? Get out the kitchen, baby. So we're gonna mix that up. Now, mind you, when I get ready to cook the meat that I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using ground turkey. I'm not going to be using that beef shit. Ground turkey. Gabba gabba. You already know. But anyway, I'm going to cook that. And I want that seasoning to marinate. Now, you see, I like that spice. So I forgot I didn't even open the pack right now. But anyway, I like that spice. So I'm going to put a little bit more heat to it. Because what I look like, baby, we need that spice. But anyway, y'all know I'm talking too much. But it is what it is. And we're going to let that cook down. And I'm going to come back once it finishes cooking. Look at all that good seasoning. Y'all know y'all saw that. That mug is going to be flavorful, very juicy. And like I said, this is my turkey lean ground meat that we're going to be using. And I'm not going to use this full thing. I'm going to use like a half of that. Okay, about a half of that. That's all you really need, like me and my significant other. So I'm going to use about a half of that. Okay. And y'all got to clean as you go. You can't be nasty just having your kitchen. So that plate right there is already clean, as you can see. Because remember, I had the vegetables in there. That bowl is already clean. And I'm going to take the other half and put that up in the refrigerator. Because that's going to get used within maybe 2-3 days. And after that vegetable cook, we gonna add that in now, okay? Y'all, and no, it's not. Let me shut up. Anyway, let me finish. So we're gonna add that ground meat in there. We're gonna cook that ground meat. And I know some people gonna be asking questions. How do you know when it's done? When the ground meat is fully cooked, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna speed this process up because who got time to be watching somebody continue to stir? And the reason why I'm stirring it, I'm mixing it because I want to make sure all the veggies are basically like combined into the ground beef, the ground turkey. I mean, combined. Like I want all the vegetables. I want the cucumber, all of it. Like y'all don't talk about me the way I talk and say cucumber. Anyway, I want to make sure everything is incorporated nicely and firm. So now this is how it look. Y'all see all that juices. So we're gonna let that cook fully down so all that juice can marinate into the ground turkey. Okay, then after that that's finished, I turned the heat off because it's basically all the juice is gone. You're gonna need some flour. Okay, if you don't feel like making homemade bread dough, like pizza dough, you can use some biscuit. And I have some biscuits, so basically I got a baking pan. I didn't want to put it on the counter. I got me a baking pan, and I already opened my biscuit because you know when you open it be popping and you add jump. I ain't had time for that, so I did that off camera. And we basically took one out, and basically I'm just gonna, you know, pat it with some type of flour and you know, flatten it out like a pizza. And basically we're going to create, that's going to be the base of the crust of your pie. So it's basically going to be your spicy meat pie. Okay, and it's definitely healthy. So yeah, So I'm going to flat that out, as you can see with my hands. I zoomed in enough for y'all can see what I'm doing. I did it as best as I can so you can see from the consistency. I hope y'all understand what I'm doing. So I'm going to flat that out. And after I flatten that out, I'm going to butter my pan right here. Okay, because the reason why you're going to butter your pan, because like you could use Pam, you could use butter. That's vegan butter. So I'm going to butter my pan. The reason I'm buttering my pan, so the pie does not stick. It will be easy for it to come out and slide out. Okay, so I should have did that first, but hey, it is what it is. So I'm going to butter that fully, because I think it's going to be like, maybe, how many pies could fit in there? I think four or five, no, six pies, I think. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think 6 could fit in there. But then I'm gonna butter that, and after I butter that, I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. Put that right there, and then I'm going to get my meat, and I'm going to pour it into my bowl. Yes, I did wash my bowl off camera, and we're going to put like a half of that because I know it's going to have some leftover, and we're going to do something else with that leftover. So I put like a half of that into this plate because I feel like that's all I really need. And I'm going to put the other side on the other side of the stove. And then what we're going to do over here, y'all see, you clean as you go. Who got time for a dirty kitchen? Nobody. Okay. And then I'm going to get some cheese, and I'm going to basically put it like at the edge of my bowl. Well, I did it last, but yeah, you're gonna need some cheese. You're gonna need some butter. So the reason why my butter stayed out, because I know I'm gonna need that. But y'all trust the process, y'all. And when I tell you, baby, it is so good. So you can see that I'm filling it in like a spoon. Okay, like I try to make them full so that way it's reaching all the places. And then we're gonna get some shredded cheese. Okay, and sprinkle that on top. Okay, I might as well just pour it in that corner. Okay, and then you're gonna fold that over like a sandwich, like you fold it, and then you want basically rolled in the sides, the edges, to form that closing pie, like the meat pie. Y'all know the meat pies that y'all used to go to school with. But I decided to add little veggies in it. They normally just make the meat pie just with onion and, ground beef. But I decided to make mine the healthy way. So this is my own. And it should look like this. If your pie don't look like this, I'm wrong. Okay, so you basically roll the ends up to keep it closed. And I'm going to finish the rest of them just like that. Okay. And then you're going to put it in your bake pan. So it's pretty simple. And I'm going to continue to do it. As you can see, It's nothing too basic. So you gotta get a little flour, sprinkle a little flour onto your board, or and then you will basically because when the biscuit is basically made, it's sticky, and we're not trying to get that sticky consistency. We want that a little dry, a little wet, moist, but not that much. So I'm gonna continue to do that, and I'm gonna speed up the process. Now I'm going to get some butter and I'll put it in a bowl. And then we're going to put it in the microwave to melt it, okay? After I finish them pies. Now, y'all, I'm doing 2 trays of pies, but I'm going to basically do that off camera. Put this in the refrigerator, put my butter in the refrigerator because I'm already done with that process. Now, my butter is fully melted. Y'all going to need one of them mathingamabobs. I don't know what they call, but I call them mathingamabobs. It's like a little brusher. You're going to brush the butter on the top, you know, so that way it can fully give that crisp. Okay, so as y'all can see, I'm coating each pie with the butter, with my thingamabob, my little brush thingamabob. Okay, it's giving me like like the Little Mermaid. Everything she found in the sea is like my thingamabob. So I don't know. So I don't know what that's called, but I just call it like a little brush. And then after that, I'm gonna shred some cheese because you want that cheese to be like a layer of crust. Like it's not like suggested or it's optional. Like if it's your choice, if you want cheese to be on top of it. It just with me, it's like it give it a good, pretty consistency color. Sorry, the lighting is bad. I didn't look at the camera and thought it was gonna be great, but it is what it is. So now I'm going to preheat my oven. I should have did that a little ahead of time, but it is what it is. I'll preheat my oven. And I'm going to finish the other rest of the other half of the pies. You know, wait for it come on. I'm going to finish the other pies because I do have another big pan that I can do. I think I have like maybe 4 left in there, so it's like 5 extra pies, but it's okay. As you can see, I already buttered that big pan too as well. Because I'm just trying to like hurry up so that way I can feed my significant other because the baby gotta eat. You already know. And then after that, I finished the pies. Now I put them in the oven first because I'm still working on the other pies. Okay. And then now, since I finished the pies, just the leftover excess that I did not, use. So I'm going to use that. We're not throwing shit away. I'll put that in the refrigerator. And I'm going to do something else with that. Okay. We got to get all them juices, y'all. We ain't leaving nothing. Look at me. But anyway. And then I'm going to let that bake. I put it on 350 bake. And it's like... You want it to bake till it start turning like brown and crispy, like, yeah, because that butter at the bottom of that pan, and this the final look, baby. Look at that. Too good. And this the other second batch. So, yeah. And this is my significant other, and this is mine, okay? I'm cutting it in half so y'all can see how it look, the consistency. Look at that. Look at that. And I'm gonna let y'all see that I'm eating because if people be stealing people's videos, okay, yeah, I created that and here I go. Bitch, it's me. You already know. And baby, when I tell you that bite, oh my goodness, that cheese, that goodness, that veggie, baby, you should try it. Get you some, okay, because that is so good. Okay, peace.